Are you looking for a top with endless versatility? Get you a WildTop.
Let's get started. I'm Hunter with Softtop Overland.
My name's Rich with Softtop Overland.
For you. The Shanty Chef Trophy. We're overlanding.
We are Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor.
All right, let's take a second to talk about the WildTop. The WildTop is the only soft top that is load bearing that I have ever seen. It's made in Australia. It's super nice. If you've been looking for the perfect compromise between a hardtop and a soft top, and then absolutely never a tonneau cover, then this is for you. Welcome to the WildTop Nomad. The WildTop Nomad is a load-bearing soft topper. The way that they do this is they have an aluminum frame that sits and is mounted to your bed and a canvas topper over the top of it, and then ladder racks on the very, very top. It can hold 770 pounds static, 220 pounds dynamic, and that is plenty for anybody who's mounting a rooftop tent or an awning or whichever. If you think about the soft tops, like let's take the best top soft topper, right? The problem with the best top soft topper is that you have bars where they retract, and so you can't really access it well from the sides. Also, you're not going to be able to put anything on top of it. And that's one of the things that people decide to add a hard top versus the soft topper. But the problem is there's also a solution where you put on an exoskeleton on a soft topper.
Who thought that was a smart idea?
Doesn't an exoskeleton defeat the purpose of the reason that you had a topper retract and be open air? I think it's kind of dumb. So when you have a soft top, most people want it to be convertible so that you can use it for other purposes and you can use your truck like a truck, right? Collapse the soft topper, leave the truck open air, right? But then on the flip side, you have a hard top, harder to pull off, very heavy, takes two people, sometimes more. You have a really awesome base to sit rooftop tents and awnings or whichever on top. And then you have the cool little aluminum sides that you can mount stuff to the side, and absolutely different purposes, right? But what if you could have something that does a compromise of both? Here it is, the WildTop Nomad. Let's talk about cost. The WildTop Nomad at the time of making this video is $1,399. As pictured, it's $1,599 because I have the plastic clear windows so that you can see out the back. Honestly, it's well worth it. Have you looked at a smart cap recently and how much it costs to put a smart cap on your truck? Let's ballpark it at $4,000. But then you go on the flip side and you say, I'm going to get a best top soft topper. Well, that's $1,000, right? So it's a little cheaper, but it's not load bearing. So you can't put anything on the top. But then you decide to put one of those really smart exoskeletons on the top of that soft topper, and that's $1,000 on its own, maybe more. So let's go ahead and say to have a load bearing top, you just put $2,500 into a soft top with an exoskeleton. Now that doesn't seem smart. And then let's talk about weight. If you stick an alu cab or a smart cap on the back of this thing, they're pretty heavy. Let's go ahead and call it, I don't know, 100 pounds, maybe more. But this only weighs 60 pounds. So it doesn't add a lot of weight to the tail of your truck. But what it does add is a ton of versatility. You can open the sides and the back of the WildTop at any time. And you know what the coolest thing is? You can ride with it as a safari top on the back of your cab. And guess what? That's really Jeep. If you're looking for something that matches what a Jeep can do in the versatility, it's honestly the perfect top. But that's not it. When you've got a best top soft topper, you've got those little load bars in the way that retract and put up and support the top. And guess what? It's hard to pull things off the side. But for me, I'm able to grab a bundle of firewood. I'm able to get to my fridge. I'm able to get to all of those things that I really need to get to at camp without being such a pain in the neck. So how does the WildTop support weight? Well, it's got a heavy aluminum frame. Saves some weight, but it is load bearing. And if you look at the WildTop from the back, it's kind of got that triangular or trapezoidal shape. What's the strongest shape? Let's bring it back to elementary school. The triangle. So when you put weight on the top of it, you know that you're going to be well supported in the strongest way possible. The canvas on the WildTop is 16-ounce military grade canvas from Australia. And then the glass windows are marine grade PVC. They really took the time to really understand what sort of materials to put into this top. And it turned out really great. It's so well thought through. Has anybody talked about zippers? If you ever looked at your crotch, YKK zippers are the pinnacle of zippers. They've got them on jeans, they've got them on jackets, they got them on the WildTop. The best zippers on the market. And we'll talk about installation. Check out that video up there. The installation wasn't terribly difficult. It is a clamp-on construction. So for different types of applications, there are different sorts of installations. For mine, they use some existing screw holes and essentially they just clamp on to the bed rail, but it's super strong. But you know what the biggest pain in the neck of having a hard top would be? It's taking off the hard top when you need to use your truck as a truck. For the WildTop, it's 8 bolts, and then I lift 60 pounds off the truck, and I pull it off in a complete frame, and then I'm done. How easy is that? Well, it doesn't make me make compromises about actually having a truck. And I didn't want something super purpose-built anyway. I want to be able to use my truck for other things other than overlanding. It's the whole reason that I bought a truck and not an SUV. So the WildTop was the perfect fit for all of that. And then briefly, let's talk about a warranty. For other retractable toppers, you've got a 1-year warranty. And for something that's canvas and for something that has moving parts and such, 1 year's a little scary. You might get a few trips out of that and then realize something has happened. But guess what? You've only tried it 3 times, 4 times, and then something breaks. The WildTop Nomad has 2 years full coverage, and that's frame, that's windows, that's zippers, everything included. Great warranty. Getting stuff from out the side? Way too easy. Unzip, roll this up, and you see 2 little straps on here, but guess what? They're magnets. That's how you hold the top up. Then get what you need out of it. And for my application at the tail, I can just get to my fridge easily. And if I want more access, same thing. Just roll this up. Strappies with magnets. And I have full access. You could even safari top. And sometimes you just need to hook something up and charge it for the rest of the day. We've been camping at the state park for a few days, and all of our stuff is super dry. No water intrusion at all, and that's super lucky. Well done, WildTop. The way that the WildTop is constructed is it has these nice covers over the zippers that help with water intrusion. But guess what? Those are sealed really, really nice and thoughtfully. And those zippers are hardcore strong. Going over into the stitching, you can just tell they took a lot of care in putting that together. This is one thing that is really interesting. It doesn't completely fit the body line perfectly, but it's well enough. I have that little pop out there, and how else would you do that if you were designing it? I think they did pretty good. Something that they were really thoughtful of is right here, there's plenty of overhang so that there's no water intrusion. When the water is dripping down, it essentially drips down or sprays against or whichever, and then you have plenty of space before you even get to the gap. And so there's no water intrusion here. And then also the wind blaze right off. Don't forget, you've got 16-ounce military grade Australian canvas, waterproof. And then you have the windows so you can see right out the back. I haven't mounted anything to the top of the WildTop yet, but these load bars, these ladder bars, they hold 770 pounds static or 220 pounds dynamic. Perfect for your RTTs and perfect for your awnings. But the one thing that I'm a little worried about is that there are no crossbars, right? That comes in the WildTop Beast, a much more robust platform. We're gonna make ours work. When you roll these up, these little straps, they're magnets. Super easy to put up. And then when you're done, pull them back down. And that's easy enough to do with one hand. Specific to the Gladiator, this is one of the weirdest quirks. You know you're gonna gas up, right? Well, guess what? The zipper gets in the way. Just a suggestion for next time. Simple enough. Open that back up, flip this up, gas up your truck, put it back, zipper down. And I'll say this for first impressions. We got really, really lucky that we ran across the WildTop. The WildTop is the perfect balance between Softtop and Hardtop. The WildTop fits everything that I want in using my truck as a truck, but also having the versatility to put something like this up that's removable, right? But if I want to leave it up 85 to 90% of the time, it still covers all my gear and does exactly what it's supposed to do. Keep everything dry. But also, it's a great way to find the balance to where you can still put on a rooftop tent, just like a hardtop. You can still reach into the sides, unlike the Softtopper. And you have everything you need and nothing that you don't. Maybe security, it's a Softtop. But especially at days when I'm hanging out at camp, especially when it's really rainy, I can just hang out. Thanks, WildTop. Really love this product. I can't wait to put it to a long-term good use. I'll continue to give my thoughts on this thing as we get a little bit further into it, but for now, absolutely perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Rain sucks, but at least I can keep my stuff dry.
We really like this thing. Stay tuned to see how we use it on all our adventures. A good bet would be that we're going to use it to keep our stuff covered. Thank you for taking the time to watch this episode. If you like what we're doing out here, please be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell to be reminded that we're out here. And, as always, we are Swamp Fox, Overland and Outdoor. Until next time,